What's up, guys? Welcome to Ease Your Mind, the Mindset Podcast, proudly brought to you by Sailor Consulting. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe or follow the podcast so you never miss an episode. And if any of the episodes you have listened to has brought any value to your life, please share this on social media so you can help be the change in someone else's life. I'm your host and coach Raiz van der Skeef with you every Monday and Thursday to bring you short, no-nonsense wisdom on how you can develop the best mindset to being the best version of yourself. By becoming the best version of yourself, you will fast track through your journey to happiness and success. All right, let's dive into today's episode. Here's a question that I would like to ask you. How often do you go to sleep with a plan to wake up and accomplish something? You know, whether it's to go for a run or to exercise, or you plan on starting to eat healthy from that day, or finishing a task that you've been putting off. How often do you start something and initially it's great and, you know, maybe you even enjoy doing it, but then a few days later you wake up and you just don't feel like doing it on that day? How many of you have gone through that? And I'll be very honest with you. Today, I thought I won't be creating a new episode for the podcast. My plan was that I would just upload a pre-recorded podcast from a pool of emergency episodes, which are short and valuable episodes, but they wouldn't give the value that I would want to give on this specific Monday. I have goals for this podcast, and that is to be a top 10 podcast in South Africa and possibly even the world. And I asked myself, if I upload a pre-recorded episode, am I going to give you the value you need in order for the podcast to achieve greatness? And the answer is no. Greatness does not rest. Greatness does not make excuses. When something needs to be done and something needs to be done right, greatness does not make excuses. Greatness follows through, and greatness does what it needs to do. I could easily grab an episode from my pre-recorded list and post it, and no one would ever be the wiser. But I do want greatness to come from this podcast, and I want it to be the greatest podcast in the country. I want to impact as many people as I possibly can, including you. And for me to do that, I know I need to deliver fresh, relevant content, and I need to show up the best version of myself every single time. So when I get that crappy thoughts of, don't worry about that now, you can post a pre-recorded episode now, you can always pick it up again for the next episode, you can do this, you can do that, basically everything except the thing that I know will showcase the best of me, I immediately remind myself that greatness does not delay. Greatness gets things done. And this actually reminds me of a story that I saw someone talking about in a speech I saw or heard online somewhere. So this guy was some billionaire that was friends with Evander Holyfield, and you know, the boxing champion, the guy that had his ear bit by Mike Tyson. Anyway, he was at the gym with Evander when he was in his prime, and the boxing Hall of Famer asked him to count his reps for one of the exercises that he was doing. And he set a goal for 300 reps. Anyway, as this guy got to the end, 299, 300, Evander asked the guy, was that 299 or 300? And the guy responds, I think it was 300, I'm not 100% sure. And then Evander did one extra rep just to be certain that he did at least 300 reps. Now this guy that was counting, he couldn't understand, he wasn't sure why he did the extra rep, because he did 300, and even if it was only 299, that is still amazing. And Evander then said to him, look at me, Jeff. That's the guy's name, Jeff. Anyway, look at me, Jeff. The difference between 299 and 300 is the difference between the heavyweight champion of the world and every other boxer. And this just shows you that people with this mindset, this greatness mindset, they are willing to outwork everybody. They are willing to do the things they don't want to do. And if you listen to that speech, I watered it down, but it was a really intense exercise, and one rep was very, very intense. And I'm sure that Evander Holyfield didn't want to do that one extra rep when he possibly already did 300, but he knew that he had to outperform everyone else to be the greatest boxer. And that is a fact. The person that outworks you beats you. Whoever outplays you in the game that you are playing beats you. The person who puts more effort into their podcast than what I do beats me. As a master salesman and entrepreneur, I know that the difference between being the greatest and just everyone else is that everyone else talks themselves out of making more calls or waking up early or preparing every day. The difference between that person that wins a competition and every other runner-up is the effort that was put into winning. They woke up earlier to train. They ate exactly what they were supposed to eat. They do what they don't want to do because that is what greatness does. Greatness goes the extra mile. If you're working out and you set a goal to jog for 60 minutes, once you reach 59 minutes and 45 seconds, do you tell yourself that it is okay? You did your 60 minutes? No, you didn't. You were 15 seconds off from completing the task, which means you were 15 seconds away from greatness. That 15 seconds you decided is not important is the 15 seconds that makes you average. And it is the habit of average, the mindset of average that breaks us. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. And by feeding that habit, you could literally be on the verge of your biggest breakthrough. But because you don't follow through, you could miss your greatest opportunity by a whisper. And can I tell you what is the scariest thing? Everyone listening to this, including myself, have probably, and some of us more than one occasion, have probably missed a great opportunity that was right at our fingertips. This is what causes us to go into a slump, to let go of our goals and our dreams. Greatness does not just achieve goals, greatness goes the extra mile. So there will always be those people out there and around you that will do 297, 298, 299, and that will be acceptable for them. And they will tell you it is acceptable for you too. But you need to create the mindset, and you need to make it up right now that you will do 300, that you will live your life 300. That everything you do and start, every task you undertake to do, you do it 300. You will not jog for 59 minutes and 45 seconds. You will not jog for 59 minutes and 58 seconds. It is not the same as 60 minutes. You want to know what's the same as 60 minutes? 60 minutes. In sport, let's say in rugby, if the score is 27 to 28, the ref doesn't say, well, 27 is close to 28, let's call it a draw. No, the team that put in all the effort to get the higher score, the one extra point that the other team did not, are the winners. That is it. Always do whatever it takes. Always go the extra mile. Always do that little extra that will not only help you accomplish a goal, but will contribute to your happiness, because a goal reached will make you happy. And what is success if not happiness? Is that not what we all want? If I'm the greatest at doing the things I love and I am passionate about it, that means that I'm achieving my goals, and this means that I am successful, and all this adds up to my happiness. If your goal is to lose weight, let's say 10 kilograms, don't stop at 9.8 kilograms. You are 0.2 kilograms away from your greatest achievement. So keep at it until you get on that scale and you see you've lost 10.1 kilograms. 100 push-ups is not 98 push-ups. It's not 99 push-ups. 100 push-ups is 100 push-ups. 60 minutes is 60 minutes. 10 kilograms is 10 kilograms. Success is success. The difference between 299 and 300 is the difference between the world's greatest and every other boxer. Do not develop the habit of stopping short of your goal, because you will then stop short of everything else, and you do not want to develop this habit. So this is what you need to do. Ask yourself every day or after every task, did I do this 300? Am I the heavyweight champion, or am I just every other boxer? Have I achieved greatness, or am I just average? And if your answer is not 300, you do that one extra rep and you pull yourself towards greatness. And that is it for today's episode. If you enjoyed this episode, please share this on your social media. Share it with someone you know, share it with someone you love, or someone you know needs to hear this so they can get the kick in their ass that they need to become the best version of themselves. If you are listening to this on Apple, please also rate the podcast so that the organic reach of this episode can spread to more people. Also, I am offering a free one-on-one mindset coaching session to help you overcome your limiting beliefs and get you on the right path to living your best and happiest life. Drop an email to easeyourmind@sailor.co.za, or otherwise you can DM me on Instagram. All the details are in the description. Thanks a million for listening. I appreciate you and have a great day. And as always, take it easy.